Hello, I'm Alice Lee, and now for something completely different. And the first one is called Classic Red. The lipstick makes her remember evenings her mother would go out, Saturday nights dancing with her father. Then she thought her mother was the most beautiful woman in the world. Then she wanted to grow up to be like her. Clip-on pearl earrings, high heels, and lipstick, a deep red blood. Next poem is called Red, simply Red. And it was written right after Tiananmen Square when I lived in China. Red is not blood, is not passion, is not anger. Red is ancient. Red is secret. Red is the poet's red. Red is wine. Red is sex. Red is the roses you hang in the kitchen to dry. The rug we lie on. A child's knitted hat with black braids hanging down. Red is the inner courtyard, the wall of forbidden places. Red is the sound of many voices crying out in the square, ghost of red. This next poem is, what time did I start watching? Is on my website. It's called Middle of Life. It has an epigraph by Adrienne Rich, and she says, little as I knew you, I know you. Little as you knew me, you know me. That's the light we stand under when we meet. In your forgotten village of farmers, artists, you hold the letter in your right hand, wondering about the light that surrounds it. Here's love. Here's the remembered heat of a remembered time. Across oceans of forgetting, you try to keep the light within you burning bright, never flickering. She wears all white. He is in black. It's hot, midday summer. The middle of the road, the middle of life. Mirror, look, this page of the letter. See the angel, the dark demon. Observe one side of your face, now the other. Don't ask me what you learned about love. Don't ask me what you learned about fear. Ask me about the rooms, the windows, the many views of the sea. This poem was written for a very dear friend of mine who lost her daughter recently. I can't think of anything worse than that, losing your child. And it's called Flicker. A flicker cries out, there in that golden cottonwood, you are gone and nobody can bring you back. In this last storm, the trees have lost all their leaves. Snow in November. High on the ridge, coyote walks in moonlight. Up again tonight. What can one do at this hour? Look at the bright stars. Mother said, wear white more often. Sing and dance until dawn. Back in China, Yuan is the summer palace, and there's a lake right by the summer palace. It's outside Beijing. It's very busy, crowded all times of the year. And this is called Man at the Summer Palace. I like the way you walk away from the bench by the lake. I like your black hair, your easy walk, your aloneness. The late afternoon sun sends hexagons of tiny diamonds across the rippling water. If I talk to you, I will be disappointed. So I only follow you with my eyes until you are lost in a sea of blue and gray people. Fan. The lake in summer with a drifting boat lazily passing under hanging willows. The temple deserted and in ruins. The humid air on the walk back to your house. The white light we both recognize in the middle of the road. The fan you paint for me, white with a thin black edge. A woman praying and a bird flying up. Still in China. This is called Disappearing Gardener, and when I spell checked disappearing, it came out just disappointed. So disappointed gardeners in Santa Fe, yes, very often. But it is really called The Disappearing Gardener, and it's a longer poem about the man who was the gardener for the foreign expert building where I lived. And I don't think I need to say anything about it. Our gardener, a tall Chinese with a gravelly northern accent, always wears and keeps his ears warm. From foreign magazines, a cast-off suitcase. The wall, early morning figures practice Tai Chi, sword dancing, calligraphy shadows. Nearby, two magpies build their nest, surely a sign of good luck. And beyond, across the road, winter cabbages are stacked on balconies. An old man releases his pigeons twice a day. Retired men in gray mail jackets bicycle to the park, exercise their pet birds in bamboo cages, intent on training their meadow larks to compete for the sweetest melody. Our gardener doesn't imagine he lives in our barbarian hearts. One night we stay up by candlelight, cover the floor of a foreigner apartment, drawing, painting his image, an ordinary Chinese man whose life is unknowable to us. Oh, this is my poem for my dog who died recently. And I have a friend that I've never met in person on Facebook, and she said, "Are you going to write a Morgan poem?" And I said, "Well, I have an appropriate one." So this is called Paper. Here we are again, beginning. Everywhere, people are looking for something unnamed. Everywhere, people are mourning losses, finding the center of their grief. Here is white paper, and here is an attempt to define the sorrow, to make it come out of the heart of the trees. I can't seem to find the present moment. White waves, white heat, white all around me. Here is the white rose. Here is the unmentionable. Here's blank paper, beginning again. Um, This one is my last poem. It's called Thank You Again for Having This Wonderful Reading. A woman talks about her life. This is the last one. Along the roads, wind, god of change, with blowing cheeks. I love the wind. I enjoy changes. I walk in this world, coupled or alone. Both are dear to me. Longing and longing's death, which is called fulfillment. I have too much of something in me. I overflow the brim as yeast. The yeast has its own kind of happiness. I go, still go. Sometimes a man joins me. We go together. He says, this is till death. Afterwards, he gets lost in the twilight, like a thing unimportant. I go alone. Then again on the curve appears a new companion. I go, still go. The wind drives me along the roads. On the roads, there's always the blowing wind. Thank you.